This is our 6th annual Asshole of the Year award that we're handing out. First year was Addison Russell for his domestic
Oh
violence and
God.
just pissing away his entire career. Year 2, I believe, was Rob Manfred, which we could probably nominate him every year for a myriad reasons. Year 3 was the entire Mets, aforementioned Mets organization. I forget what year that was, 3 years ago. Just for the just ridiculous things happening throughout that season for them.
Remember the rehearsal of the World Series
Yeah,
celebration
that's how it
on
all
the field?
started. Yeah.
Yeah, in spring training. That was good.
Fernando Tatis Jr. was our asshole of the year 2 years ago
Uh,
for his PED, the face of baseball, being suspended for PEDs. And then last year was your owner, Jerry Reinsdorf, for all the reasons. All those reasons still exist this year, and I think we could nominate. I think you definitely want to nominate him. I don't know if you want to go over the laundry list of your grievances with Jerry Reinsdorf.
is this are we airing the grievances? Is this
Yeah,
Festivus for
a little bit early Festivus. We're like 2 weeks away from Festivus, so
um so uh the he doesn't spend any money as an owner. He
he laughs at the idea of spending money.
Yes. He tried to get a new stadium out of the taxpayers yet again while the team is in complete shambles and holds the record now for the worst team in baseball history. But I'm going to go and try to
By the
get a
way,
tax-funded stadium.
yeah, yeah. By the way, that tax loophole that has led to the White Sox and Bears racing for new stadium deals with the city. That tax loophole closes on December 31st. We're just a couple weeks away from that. I have not heard anything about either of those projects moving forward. It sounds like the Bears might be resigned to moving to the property they already own out in Arlington, but I haven't heard any more about the White Sox stadium. Have you?
No, God, that the minute the Bears were maybe coming back to Chicago along the lakefront, like the White Sox stadium news just completely just went away, like it never even happened.
Yeah.
That happened, and then the Reinsdorf and Wirtz dropped the news about that project in the West Loop around the United Center. So there's been no talk
Right.
at all,
Mm,
because that one's all self-funded. The Wirtz, um,
right.
the Reinsdorf project surrounding United Center. So anyway, um, he launched a new sports network with the Wirtzes, Chicago Sports Network, that no one can get. They finally released the ability to buy a subscription. They want you to pay $30 a month to watch the Bulls, Blackhawks, and Sox, who probably will have a combined record of 300 games under 500 by the time the baseball season ends next year. They did
Yikes.
just launch, though, however, individual packages. So for me to watch the White Sox this upcoming year will be $19.99. It's
Per
$19.99 a
month?
month per team. Yes, it should be
Yikes.
$19.99 for the entire summer. I agree, Smitty.
Yeah.
But it's $19.99 a month. And you can cancel anytime, so I can just keep it for the first 2 months of the baseball season when I'll care and then dump it. But um,
Yeah.
because of poor planning, they still don't have a Comcast agreement worked out. They did just recently get a Hulu Live added it this week, and Fubu has it, and one other streaming service has it besides DirecTV. But
Okay.
yeah, I have YouTube TV. They don't have it. They probably have no interest in having it because they generally don't have local sports networks on their
Yeah.
subscription service. So overall, I really like YouTube TV. So I don't know that it's enough for me to cancel that and switch to Hulu Live. So I don't know. Eh, he, as an owner, he calls himself a fan, but it's such a lie because I if he were a fan, he would be able to see through his own bullshit and invest some money into this team, and he treats the team as a business transaction, not as a fan of baseball. Just like you say about Ricketts, like at least Ricketts is close to the right at the cap, but Jerry's not even close, and we're not going to be close. We're probably going to be halfway there at even that. And it's just he's undeserving of a world championship again for that team. He was probably undeserving when it kind of happened accidentally. I mean, luckily Kenny pulled all the right moves that year. I mean, it's not like they invested a shit ton of money in the team to make it better. Everything just clicked. It all worked out. They found the right parts
No,
that could
they
all
rest.
work together.
Yeah, they rested on that for a couple decades now. So
Yeah.
I think
So
I
I mean
want to dispute
that
one thing you said about him. I think he is a fan, but I think he's a fan of the Brooklyn Dodgers that doesn't exist anymore. His ideas are so antiquated. He talks about his favorite players, people like David Eckstein. It's just like what are we talking about? He's just so disconnected from reality. It's and clearly he's created a completely inept organization over time. So he's had the team for 40 years, and at this point, the White Sox, any White Sox fan's greatest hope that he is just that he passes away, which is so gross to think about that. But it's like the only way you've got hope. I don't know. Do you have more on your laundry
no,
list, or is that the
no,
end of the airing of grievances? Well,
that's good enough.
I th- yeah. Well, it in any other year, I think we would be giving Jerry Reinsdorf our asshole of the year award for the second consecutive year. I think we could, but any other year it would work, except for this year as the Oakland A's owner. Sorry, it is not the Oakland A's. It is just the A's or the Athletics owner John Fisher has to win it this year because he's actually has moved his team. Uh, After 40 years in Oakland, just through just vitriol, just bad faith negotiations, spent 20 years trying to get a stadium deal done where he didn't really want to get a stadium deal done, clearly. He's always wanted to move the team to Las Vegas. In fact, so desperately so, he's going to play the next 3 years in Sacramento in a 10,000 seat AAA stadium, which is just going to be hilarious to see. On top of that, recent news is he's the A's have signed Luis Severino to a 3-year, $67 million contract, the biggest contract in A's history. Less than a month after removing the name Oakland and 2 months after playing their last game in Oakland, suddenly he has money to spend on the team. They signed Luis Severino, which is just a bizarre deal. Severino's got a 3-year deal. I think he's got an opt out after the second year. That means he's never going to play in Las Vegas. He's going to anytime he's going to spend with the A's is going to be in Sacramento, which is just hilarious. Why are they doing this? Why are they spending any money if they haven't spent money in years? Why are they suddenly spending it other than just to be a big slap to the face of all Oakland fans? Um, I don't understand what I mean. Severino is going to take the money, but that just seems like a miserable existence. Going to a team that's in complete limbo, playing in a AAA stadium for 3 years. Just a strange, so strange. The other news to add on top of this is that mythical stadium that has not yet broken ground in Las Vegas or has received Nevada taxpayer approval to fund is now going to cost an additional $250 million that they weren't anticipating. Which I don't know how that could happen just out of nowhere. Um, nothing has happened other than the planning stages, but now it's going to cost. I think it went from 1.5 billion to 1.75 billion. The strange part about that is the Fisher family has announced that they will make up that difference. To eventually they want to pay 1.1 billion of that and have taxpayers pay for the rest. Where'd that money suddenly come from? Why wasn't that money available when they were trying to get a deal done in Oakland? It's like all of a sudden all this money comes out right as soon as they leave Oakland, just in time for this potential, I will continue to say potential stadium in Las Vegas to be built, because there is nothing signed yet. There's not a shovel in the ground. Um, just a complete slap to the face of any baseball fan in Oakland. I feel so bad for them. I can't I can't imagine what that would be like. I heard a funny thing over the offseason. Well, not a funny idea, not in funny circumstances all at all, but the Tampa Rays stadium was damaged severely by Hurricane Milton back in, was that September, where the roof was ripped off. So the Rays were trying to figure out a place to play this coming season. There was all sorts of ideas thrown out there. Eventually, they did settle. They're going to be playing in another AAA state or spring training facility, the Yankees training facility there in Tampa, because they're not. It's going to cost like $60 million just to renovate, just to fix the roof. They're also working on a deal for a new stadium in Tampa, so they're not sure if they want to spend $60 million on a roof, if they're just going to tear that terrible stadium down anyway. So the idea was thrown out there, like where else could the Rays potentially play next year? It's not going to happen, but someone threw out the idea. There's a functioning Major League Stadium right there in Oakland. What if the Rays relocated to Oakland to use the Coliseum? Because there was a team playing there for the last 40 years. Why can't they play there now after the A's have moved out? Which I thought would have been brilliant, because I think former A's fans would have come out in droves just to prove to John Fisher that they are baseball fans. They are there. They would come out to to watch a legitimate baseball team if he had put one on the field. And I think that would have been so much fun to watch, to see how Oakland would support the Tampa Bay Rays in Oakland. So just to spite him, because he has shown nothing but spite to the people of Oakland. So that's why I think I hope you agree. I know we Jerry Reinsdorf is very worthy of a second consecutive asshole of the year, but I think we've got to give it to John Fisher.
Yeah, I agree because he somehow. Oh, I feel like John Fisher and Jerry Reinsdorf are connected in the baseball ownership universe, and I feel like
Yeah.
A's fans and White Sox fans are connected too because of this. And um, but by far, everything that John Fisher has done is just it's just despicable. Like you said, where
Yeah.
was this money when he was in Oakland? It's like he specifically sabotaged everything just to leave. He
Yeah.
didn't want to be in Oakland anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's my asshole of the year by far.
Well, they are, Reinsdorf and Fisher are forever connected as our fifth and sixth assholes of the year. So they have that together. So congratulations, fuckers.
Word Hole Media.